Hello and welcome back to the Morning Dew. This is the Hotspot segment with me, Kelvin Mungai. Now remember that you can watch us live on Facebook and on YouTube and on Signet and on dissecttv.com, and you can send us your feedback on any one of our social media platforms. We are at Dissect TV. That is, you can leave it on Facebook, you can leave it on YouTube, and we will be sure to sample some of it at the end of the program. Now, you can also send us your feedback on 23595 or on the number on your screen right now. Now, I am joined by someone who is amazing, someone who plays a very, very key role in, well, what we are. And I really do not want to do the introduction for you, sir, because then I may inaitwa kupaka mafuta. I do not want to do that, so kindly do the introduction.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Andre Thoku. I'm a young, intelligent young man. I specialize in telecommunication, but mostly in IT and broadcast. I'm also an aspirant for MCA 2022 Township Ward. So hopefully the constituents of Murang'a County, Kiharu constituency, and especially Township Ward, kindly, when I come to the ballot, take me in.
Well, we do wish you all the best in the campaigns and the consequent elections that will follow after that. Now, based on how the economy is right now, the economy of the country, do you think it is possible for Honorable Raila Odinga to achieve what he promised Kenyans yesterday during a rally, where he basically said that if he is elected president, his government will ensure double-digit growth of the economy per year?
It's a good statement, what he said. But one thing with Kenyans, we are a group of people who, let's say, we believe when we see that. Secondly, matters concerning economy go a long while. The president has been trying to revive the economy. The previous president, Moi Kibaki, did try, and he stabilized the economy before the Uhuru government took charge. So it's a conversation that has a more intellectual ideology around it than rather saying I can be able to revive the economy and I can be able to have double digits on the table. Secondly, when you go into politics, there's one thing that people are not quite keen on. Politics is like flirting with a lady, because during when we are looking at the electionary period, politicians give a lot of promises. So they switch out Wanjiko so that they can be able to do well or join or gain political mileage, but at the end of the day, they end up not delivering. So a matter of whether he can be able to succeed, that's a different question. But at the state of the economy, I'm not quite sure if he can be able to do. But maybe there are other things that will give less priority, so that and take those resources to and put them on his double digit. But the main challenge of this country is corruption. That is our aids in the government. If he is able to gap that, then he will be able to improve the economy. But at the end of the day, how many politicians have told us, and especially the presidential candidates, that they will, with all their might, help in fighting corruption, but at the end of the day, they don't.
Now, it's interesting that you would equate the campaign during the political seasons to guys trying to woo a lady, because especially for us guys, we know how many lies go into that period of time. So what promises have you or are you making to the people of Murang'a Township Ward?
At the end of the day, it's all about policies. And people don't understand this. At the end of the day, it's all about policies. Example, you look at township ward, there are a lot of things that can be improved. Number one is the sanitation. We have quite a big issue about sanitation. Secondly, is development to the youth, empowering the youth, giving them a safe space that they can be able to give out their innovation and showcase their talent in a bigger way. So at the end of the day, it is all about ideologies. It's all about policy making and creating an environment for them. One thing that what I've found in the Kenyan politics is that you must, at the end of the day, you must lie to get into that seat. There isn't any shortcut about that. But what really sieves out between a leader who can be able to perform and a leader who does not be able to perform, at the end of the day, is what they can be able to do and what they put on the table for their constituents. That is the most key thing. But if you don't do that, then at the end of the day, you become a very bad liar. But if you do that, then you become a good liar, because at the end of the day, your constituents want development, they want a safe space. At the end of the day, they want to feel like, yes, this person has really done it.
Well, if we talk about the fulfillment of campaign promises, is there something that happens in the background that maybe we are unaware of that stops these politicians from fulfilling their promises to us?
Yeah, definitely. Example, if you promise heaven and then it's not possible to you are not able to fulfill or to give heaven, then that becomes quite a challenging thing, because at the end of the day, we'll have to give out something. So the policies and the development goes in phases. It's not a one-off. They say Rome was not built in a day. So you must go gradually on a gradual process. Secondly, we have policies that should be taken and should be put in place. Example, if you're talking about health, then we are supposed to put policies that facilitate the health fraternity around it. If we are talking about development, then we have policies that help to fulfill that. And there are teams that do support such ideologies, like the World Bank has done it on several occasions. The United Nations groups, they have supported in multiple occasions. So it is all about knowing what your people want, how you can be able to deliver that, and giving that to the people. But some of the promises that are given are ridiculous, quite ridiculous, even to a child's face. They can be able to say, okay, this cannot be. They cannot be able to give example. The current government in 2013 said that they will give out laptops, and that process was started, but it reached a place that it was halted, because at the end of the day, did they do a visibility test that is it quite possible? You understand? Also, the DP promised that in every 6 months we'll have a new stadium. In every 6 months we'll have a new stadium. I don't know in what place. Then the question is, were they able to do that? You understand? Because because when you look at the stadiums which are being constructed, which are being renovated as stadiums, in the counties that the national holidays are being taken to, so that's where the priority lies. So if they're coming to Murang'a County, then the biggest stadium in Murang'a County will be given the priority, and all the resources will be taken there to build that stadium. So at the end of the day, whatever they promise, it depends with the policies, it depends with the resources that are available, and how they can be able to do it. Then juggle around. So is it what we call the primary or the secondary resources?
Well, my director on the other end tells me that we need to take a sip of Regis Premium Drinking Water. So we'll be taking a short break, but do stay tuned because we'll be right back. Welcome back to the hotspot happening on Morning D right here at Daisak TV. Now, before we went on break, we had Bonakuria with us, who has been called by one of his party leaders for an urgent meeting, but no worries. I have two more gentlemen with me, and I will give them the opportunity to introduce themselves to you. But do remember that we are live on YouTube and on Facebook, and you can leave us your feedback on any one of those two channels. You can also watch us live on daisaktv.com or on Signet at Daisak TV. You can send us your feedback on 23595 or on WhatsApp via the number on your screen. Now, gentlemen, I really do not want to be the one to introduce you to our audiences. I'd rather leave that honor to you. So kindly tell them who you are. Let's start with you, sir.
Thank you. My name is Joseph Geshere Mwangi. I'm a youth representative in the NGCDF in the Disney's office. But now I'm vying for MCA, Township Ward. And I'm ready to serve for the people as I've been serving them in the NGCDF projects. We have done projects. We have also worked together with the youth in artwork, in hiring the tools of Mjengo. So we are making steps that will make us economically stable and financially stable. So I'm glad that I'm back on Daisak TV. There was a time that we were here, we discussed matters that zinatuhusu, and indeed we did discuss, though it wasn't for a long time because I was late, sorry. But today now we are going to discuss matters touching on all things, on all aspects of life. And thank you very much for hosting.
And I don't know if you happened to run by Mr. Dhuku while you were coming, because he is also competing for the same position in the same location as you. So that is your competition.
At least you see, competition is healthy. Because the minute there is competition, you see that there is capability. Because the minute a person aspires, he's ready and he's bold enough to utilize the things that the policies that he has, the ideas that he has, to better our lives and to better our economy, and also socially, economically, politically. So competition is healthy.
Indeed, it is healthy. Thank you very much. Now, you, sir.
Okay, Maina Washira. Maina Washira is a guy who is talented and is concerned with the economy of these countries at far. Because the economy of Kenya, this is a high time that we need everyone at work, everyone thinking, how can we reach this buzz? Yeah. So after Corona, the economy is just lying. So we need a government who brings each and every one of us on board, our youth, our women, men who are productive. This is what is being done in Western, everyone being included. So Kenya leaders who are the government, they have to have full participation. Yeah.
Well, welcome very much to the set, gentlemen. Now, it's interesting that you would raise the topic of the economy, because yesterday during one of his rallies, Honorable Raila Odinga has promised the Kenyans that there will be 10% growth to the economy per annum if he is elected to be the head of the government, of the incoming government, come the August 9th elections. Now, is this something that is achievable, or is it just something else? Is it just another campaign promise?
One thing, I know it's possible because he has a strategy. When you're doing something, you must have a plan. So he has a plan, and that plan, the minute he comes and tells us that it is possible, it is a plan that he has sat down, not him alone. He has his committee. Because even in your home, you don't make your decision. You're not the only one who makes the decision. You tell your wife, hey, you can do this, and then so it is a collective thinking. So it is not only that he himself has seen that it is possible. He also has a committee. He has people who are there to go and do a research and see, yeah, it's true and it's possible. So I do believe, yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Do you think it's something that is achievable?
Well, on my side, like I said, this is a high time where Kenyans need to make this bold move. So concerning Raila, he has said that he'll make a 10% growth. Okay, a 10%. Raila is very experienced. He has been in many governments, from 2007 to 2022, as he made a handshake. So Raila is a very experienced person. He has worked with many governments from other countries, and choosing him as a leader, this is a bold move. Yeah, I can say he's experienced. We can.
So it is something that is achievable.
It is achievable.
Now, there are people who claim that the former Prime Minister is too old to hold the highest office in the land. What do you think about those claims?
No, those are just empty claims, because age, how does age and management, first of all, old is gold. So in as much as he's old, he knows a lot, and just like he said, the 10% increase, it's a thing, like I've just said, it is a thing that he sees it's possible. First of all, he's not only a former Prime Minister in Kenya. In Africa, he's in charge of infrastructure. So also Africa as a whole, they see the capability of him leading Africa in infrastructure. Even when he was in Dubai, he went to all those expos about roads, because for one, as we are developing, we are not developed. So the roads that are there in Dubai or in other states, those are the ones that when he was in Dubai, they say that they are going to put in place, so that even when we are in Africa, you are a farmer, your goods will be able to go in the market, so the roads will be
all the students who are leaving or going for internships from institutions of higher learning.
In the government, we are going to do it both ways, in the private sector and also in the government sector. In this way, if at all you haven't gotten an internship in the government, there is going to be a communication, a liaison team on the private sector and on the government sector, because at the end of the day, we are all under the government. So the government can say, okay, private sector, so that we can get to the point of we want the maybe vision 2030. We must partake, or we must give internship to the youths of that particular location, or that particular ward, or that particular county. And it's going to be positive, because for one, the private sector will be called on board by the government and being told, and they'll be told, okay guys, let us make our youth work. So that after they leave their campus or the university, they are going to practice what they have learned. So it is going to be azimio la umoja, just like where I stand. Tukishikana wote pamoja, we are going to achieve. Don't just sit back and watch the government that nangojea serikali.
Then
I
must say,
Mwai Kibaki said, usiulize venye serikali inakufanyia, unataka.
Let's give him a minute.
Okay, I must say, then it's azimio la umoja. Before coming to campaign to us, first sit each and every one of the country's leaders who are on your team. Tell us, in your county, what do we have? See, tuko na maembe in Muranga. Elsewhere they have sugar canes. Sit us down, tell us, then this is what we have as a country. Which industries should we put in our manifesto to develop, to put in place, then so that we can get these job places, we can get these things to our children out here. We are suffering out here. We want jobs. I have talents. Which party, which coalition is supporting my talents? So I can't go and out there and vote, and I know and I know that once they are in the government, they don't have anything for me. That's why youths, we are not taking votes, because they are just telling us things instead of going there and sitting down, putting things in place, then come to and tell us ideas that we can see with our own eyes. That is the thing. We can't see anything. We are just hearing them talking, telling us they will provide a million internship positions, and they are not showing us how they do that.
Okay, so if these candidates do come up with a way to expose how they will achieve their manifestos, would that drive more youth to being registered as voters?
It can drive, and then we can see the readers that the readers that are thinking of us. We can see the readers that they have brains, because we can't always be choosing leaders because of what they think that we want to hear. We want leaders who have brains. Those are the leaders who can uplift this economy at a far pace. Because when you tell me that I will be supporting the music sector as per now, Eddie Comondi is saying we are going to promote, we want 75% of our music being played. If Raila or Ruto comes and tell us we have taken the Bahati's team, Eddie Comondi, we have talked how we will achieve the 75%, then these leaders are not doing that. They are just coming here with campaigning, and they don't have anything.
Well, as an MCA aspirant for the township, kindly, what do you have to say about Bonamaina's remarks? Because he is one of the people who will vote for you, and the other people, candidates who are competing for whatever positions. What will you say to his remarks?
For one, before he interrupted me, I was talking about what Kibaki had said. I do like echoing words of leaders. He said that unasema serikali kufanyie, wewe utafanyia serikali nini? So it is not up to ati serikali lazima kwanza ikuangalie. Why don't you take up that challenge and say, I can do this? First of all, do it so that you can be recognized. Because the minute you just sit there and ushinde ukilia, utalia na utasaidika. But when you try, you make an effort. Don't just sit there. Ukiwa kwa kitanda unasema mimi naweza taka kupata job, but uko kwa bed. Usipogonga hiyo blanketi na utoke, utaishi bado hapo, and you still complain. Come rain, come sunshine. And even down to the county governments, just like you were saying that we sit down and talk about the internship and the jobs. It is up to also the governors. Like Kivuta Kibwana did. Tunaona kuna juice ya maembe, kuna clips za maembe huko. So all the governors, before the government, when the government in their procedure, when they bring up the process of creating jobs, the governors they must push. They in the county government. There are two types of government: the national government and the county government. So the governors lazima wawe active and proactive. Na ndio maana na big up Kivuta Kibwana. You see in the internet, unaona kuna juice, kuna yogurt, na huko ni Ukambani, where tunateta ati huko kuna jua, but they have a company that is making clips.
Then these leaders are the ones we should be electing for presidency. The people that are doing work.
So in the counties, each and every governor, it is a wake up call to the governors. So let us not look up to the national government. The county ndio iko karibu na sisi, the devolved government ya mashinani. So they must involve us in each and everything. And us as the youths, we have proposals. Tukuwe na proposal, a strategy that we are going to tell the governors, hivi ndivyo tunataka, na tukifanya hivi kazi itakuwa hivi. And when you show him, when you show the governor the way you are going to perform, I'm very sure hatakata. Yes. So it is up to them, even to us.
I can add on something.
Yes, please.
You have said that we have the national government, the county government, which is so near to us, and you have mentioned Kivuta Kibwana. who I can say is a good leader, is a leader. Then kuna wanasiasa, kuna leader na kuna wanasiasa. Wanasiasa, I can assure you they have not done anything for the past 5 years. They have been on social media speaking out there, giving us whatever we want to hear. Then you have Kifuda Kibwana, who actually we don't hear often, but he's doing work. So from that point, we can say that when electing, I can tell to my fellow youth, when electing, we don't just hear whatever we want to just hear. Then look, actually amesema si lazima tugoje government tufanyie kazi. But what is the work of a government? The work of a government is making a conducive environment for us Kenyans, for us civilians living here to do our own businesses. Yeah, am I right on that? Like, you make a conducive environment, infrastructure are on place, the security is on place, the rights are on place, and people are enjoying the whatever you have put on, so that now we can do our businesses without worrying if there are rights, is there roads that are good. Watu wa boda boda ashangai nduthi yangu itaharibika nikiende. So a government is putting a conducive environment for us to work. If there are conducive environment, I assure you we will work. Kifuda Kibwana kama ameweka kampuni huko na kuambia huko vijana wanafanya kazi, huko ukikuja we are relaxing because we don't have the conducive environment.
And that is why I said, that is why I bring back to the point that I was saying, a strategy. You must have a strategy, and you must have a work layout that we as the youth, sisi kama watu wa boda boda tunataka hivi, sisi kama mahawkers tunataka hivi.
Indeed. And I do believe that we've just given birth to something that could grow and become bigger, and that is having a political aspirant or a political leader come face to face with the people who are on the ground, the people whose votes they are hunting for, because this conversation needs to happen way more often. Now, gentlemen, we have unfortunately run out of time, so we have 1 minute left. So kindly, your final submissions in less than 30 seconds, please, to that camera.
My final submission, Kenyans, it's not just wanasiasa. Wanasiasa wanatuweka chini miaka 10, wanatuma tusikie hatuyuko na hatuwezi vote tena, but it's all about leaders. Let's look what they have done for the past 5 years. Wanasiasa tutupilie mbali.
Thank you very much. You, sir.
Thank you. Asante sana. Ameni challenge, na hiyo challenge nime overcome. Without a strategy you will achieve nothing. Na kama venye nimemwambia watu kwa kila sekta yenye tushikane, tukuwe na association. In such a way that tukitaka kwenda kuona governor, we have a certificate and we are going to tell him, governor, sisi ni watu wa Nduthi, we want this and this and this. Governor, sisi ni hawkers. Governors, we are bartenders. Let us come together, tushikane, and let us have a strategy. Tupange kazi, tusipangwe, just like they say. Have a good day.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, and that brings us to the end of Hotspot. But do stay tuned, because after the short break we will be Wairimu Mogo with more on career talk. I am Kelvin Mungai, and then after that I and her will come back to sample some of the feedback that you have been leaving us. Do stay tuned.